Hello everyone, welcome to Dimensional Wellness 365, where today I want to talk about the dimensions of wellness themselves, the all-encompassing dimensions of wellness. And before I get into that, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe, like, click on the bell, share with those you love and respect. Tying into the dimensions of wellness, right? It's what you do every day, your 24-hour loops. And you're going to hear me say this. The most successful people in life repeat the exact same thing every day, and they make it better tomorrow than they were yesterday, right? So I'm going to talk about the 8 dimensions here. There's charts out there with 4 dimensions, 6 dimensions, 12 dimensions. I want to focus on the 8 right now. And I'm going to get into it in the sense of, if you want longevity, you want a successful life, successful career, successful, healthy path of life that will take you to 100 plus, follow this, okay? What you do every day. Emotional, coping with life, developing meaningful relationships. That's in friendship, that's in careers, that's in love, that's in everything. If you don't have meaningful relationships, if you can't teach and learn and teach, and you're in relationships, and if it doesn't bring you something that you're giving, get out. Get out, move forward, move on, etc., right? Find a different path. And you know it. You feel it inside. You know the energy. If you feel sad, if you feel negative, if you know what I'm getting at. Meaningful relationships, coping with life, very important part of your emotions. Financial, meet your current and future lifestyles, right? Lifestyle, remove your stresses. Get in your lane. If you're overextending yourself financially and you're always chasing your tail, stop, right? Get back in your lane until you're ready to move on and or increase your income. Whether you become an entrepreneur, whether you get another job or whichever, whatever you want to do, get your comfort zone developed, right? Get your comfort zone, get your path. And again, with that relationship, find somebody that's like you. If you have one that thinks this way financially and the credit card world and the lines of credit world, etc., and you don't think that way, get out. Or if you got somebody that brings you up and you chased that path of life that you both enjoy and etc., giddy up, okay? Get in your lane, find your lane, develop your lane that you want to get into. Social, connecting, belonging, developing support systems, right? Hang with your own. And I've said this to a lot of people that I love and respect. Hang with your own. How do you feel when you're with those individuals? Are you like-minded? Do you engage in conversation? Do you basically exchange with each other and grow, right? So that social, that connecting, that belonging, that developing, those are lifetimes. That's a lifetime. You change people through life. You pivot, you grow, you expand, you let go, right? You move on. All these things come into your successful life. Social, occupational, satisfaction, self-worth. You have to have self-worth in what you do. What you do every day. Otherwise, you're developing stress and you're developing cancer and you're developing all that stuff that comes with stress and so on and so forth, right? So in your work, change your path. If you don't have self-worth, change that path. It's never too late. Never, ever too late. Some of the most successful people in life in their 60s, 70s, and 80s is when they made it. Never too late. Spiritual. Find yourself in the being that you feel good in, not what you were indoctrinated into. And I say this because there's a lot of people, depending on the culture, depending on everything, they follow a path that they were indoctrinated into, but not the path that they feel good into. They don't feel good within their own skin in that path that was developed for them. Find your path, what you feel good in, and find yourself, right? Hang with your own. Physical, activities, lifestyle, sleeping, nutrient dense. All these things, activity, lifestyle, sleeping, nutrient dense, and repeat, that has to be part of your day to day. And again, I've talked about this before, nutrient dense. I understand nutrient dense now. Finally figured it out, right? I finally figured out what empty calories were and etc. Sleeping, so important. I lay down horizontal. This doesn't mean I sleep 8 hours. My watch tells me I sleep probably 7 hours and that kind of stuff. Or my deep sleep was 1.5 hours, 2 hours at the most, etc. But I put myself horizontal for 8 hours because I understand the circadian rhythm. I understand that the balance that is needed. Again, full balance when you look at all the dimensions. Physical, we talked about this already. Intellectual, duty to teach, duty to learn, enrich your mind. right? Duty to teach. It's our duty to teach, but it's also our duty to learn, right? And it's also your duty to enrich your mind. And again, that whole self-worth, everything that's tied to all these little key components, that is needed in your life to feel good about yourself and to allow you to keep climbing that ladder of life. And I tell people it's okay to take breaks on the balconies of life, but always climb the ladder of life, right? Always try to improve yourself better tomorrow than you were yesterday. Environmental, what you are exposed to, proven. It is proven. You can take two identical twins, same genes, the whole 9 yards, raise them in the same household, same environment, same everything. They are going to live pretty much a very similar life, disease-wise, etc. And you can separate them at birth. You can put one in the middle of a third world country with stress and wars and everything else that comes with the ugliness of a non-democratic society. And you can take the other one into a democratic society, completely different path of life. Proven, proven, proven. What you're exposed to, your consumptions, the whole 9 yards. So when you look at all these things, from your emotional, your financial, your social, occupational, spiritual, physical, intellectual, and environmental, those key components of life, those dimensions of life is what Dimensional Wellness 365 is about. Your 365 days a year, your 24-hour loop. Repeat that every 24 hours to be better tomorrow than when you were yesterday. And do that every day for 365 days a year and keep repeating yourself and keep improving yourself. Looking at those dimensions of wellness, focus on you, improve every single one of them on every given day. Jean-Guy Bourguignon, Dimensional Wellness 365.